tonight, this video is gonna hit way too close to home. Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to a new video, and today for you guys, we are gonna be reacting to theamaazing, and we're gonna be reacting to a video he put out a while ago called People Won't Like You If You're Brown. Now, I do this in every video that regards to like my race or my ethnic background or anything, but as you can clearly see, guys, relax. It's just me embracing myself. Anyway, guys, let's get right into the video. I hope you guys are having a great day. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much. All support you guys always show. It really means a lot to me. Leave a comment down below who you guys want me to react to in the future. But that being said, that's all I got for you guys. So let's get right into the video.
Hi, my name is Maz,
Alright,
and
here we
ever
go.
since I was a child, I think I've been ashamed of my brown skin. Now, I've been wanting to talk about this for so long. Not only had I been tinkering away with this script for over a year, but then I sat on it, saying that I'd release it next month, and then next month, and then next month, and then next month.
No, it can't. This is not an easy video to release.
Into 2020. So to say that it's been difficult to share this story or part of myself is a pretty huge understatement.
Okay.
Part of it has to do with the fact that I'm not the type to discuss serious topics on this channel, you know? I love making you guys laugh, and it's an absolute joy to do that. But
He's watching them through the window.
That's also made me afraid of expressing my own deep-rooted insecurities. So yeah, this video is going to be a little different, but it's something that I want to make for myself first. And if it helps anybody else along the way, then awesome. So strap in,
kind of like a passion
and let's
project
take a trip
almost.
down racism memory lane.
Oh wow!
Beginning. February 10th, 1997. On this exact date, a small, mozzie chocolate boy pops into the world, ready to take it on head first. My parents then raised me in Pakistan for the first year or so, following the Islamic traditions that they were accustomed to, and after a year and a bit, headed on over straight to Japan. It was mainly to get the best quality of life for their new family, because by this time, I also had a little brother.
Oh, nice.
Before I showed him some brotherly love. So after spending a few years there and having a good old time with Japanese culture, my parents then decided to go to New Zealand for more opportunities. Some of my fondest memories are of my primary school years, where I'm having fun, drawing, and goofing off as a young, naive kid. So once I graduated from primary school, I headed off to intermediate.
It's almost like I draw my life, just a little bit, you know? I mean, every animated story time is, but this one's a little different, you know?
The teacher was really harsh to me. And I mean only me.
Oh,
boy. It was almost like a movie cliche, because she ended up not picking me for any of the answers, finding any excuse to punish me, and handing out detentions for the smallest reasons that she could think of. Now, at the time, whilst I knew English, I was still new to the country, and I definitely had an accent. And I thought maybe it could have been that, like she didn't understand what I was saying, or maybe I did something by accident that made her view me negatively, or said something I shouldn't have.
It's still not really
an
like
adult wouldn't pick on a
an
kid
excuse,
without a solid reason, right?
No,
it wasn't until much later that I learned that she had supposedly lost people during the September 11 attacks. And of course, I can understand the bitter feelings and resentment that may arise from that. It's a horrific incident that traumatized so many people and definitely impacted the world. But even when knowing all that, it still didn't make life easier for the 10-year-old boy just trying to go to school. I was just sitting there trying to be the best student that I could.
There's no way, right?
I did my homework, I paid attention in class, I got excellent grades, so
good job,
why was she being so mean to me? I didn't understand how an incident so far away in another country affected me, a 10-year-old child just trying to do my best.
Dang.
After that year, we then moved to rural.
That's insane. That's just a kid, man.
Of color,
just a kid.
The brownest things out there were the kangaroos. This was such a
the brownest thing out there were kangaroos. I don't know why that's so funny to me. I'm so sorry.
Well, I definitely crossed my fingers and hoped so, but with my faith and color of my skin, I couldn't help but stand out from the crowd. I was the butt of all the jokes, and I
moved to a new school one time, and I was like one of the only like black kids,
but
and I definitely stood out, especially with blonde hair at the time.
I'm a Pakistani Muslim,
I was like asking for attention at that point.
I refused to be an outcast because of it, so I started to poke fun of myself as well. Whoa, hey, watch out, guys! Don't make me call my uncle. Wait, are you eating pig, bro?
Crazy.
Guys, if you piss me
I'm not going to sit here and say kids haven't made that joke like everywhere. Like kids make these kind of jokes, man. It's fine, but it's just like.
And it actually got so.
It's kind of sad to hear how you have to like turn to that to feel a little comfortable.
Asked, hey dude, why are you constantly making fun of yourself? You're doing it more than us at this point. And I answered without any irony or emotional attachment, because if I do it first, nobody else can hurt me. And I remember saying that so
Fair
matter
enough.
of fact, as if it was only natural. And it's only now that I realize how problematic that was. How much self-hate that I had been harboring for my own culture, religion, and myself. It's not to say that joking about these topics is forbidden or anything, because I still do it from time to time. However, once you keep hearing all these negative points about your cultural roots, your faith, and your people over and over and over, you slowly start to believe them, to start hating yourself on an intrinsic level, wishing that you belonged somewhere. And all of that is perfectly encapsulated within a letter that I wrote myself all those years ago. Now, to provide context to middle school Maz, this is how I look. Now, I'm not going to roast my younger self this time, but I think objectively, you can see that there's a lot that I could have worked on. I had pretty messed up teeth. I wore really oversized clothes.
Work on
is were a little
subjective, I guess, because like,
back then,
I don't know, you're a kid. You don't got money for dental insurance or like money to just go around with stuff.
I looked in the mirror,
it is what it is.
All of the flaws that I had just listed, and answered my skin color. That still gets me to this day. I was in middle school, puberty, emotions, and hormones getting me confused about everything. And that's the biggest issue that I could find about myself. Something that I had absolutely no control over.
No, I mean, you
and
can't
as the
change
years kept going, I got more and more accustomed to the jokes and comments, and developed my humor as a defense mechanism. So when I do get hit with the brunt of it, I can laugh it off, shrug my shoulders, and then dish it back with confidence, all without resolving anything.
It's just
at least this charade was helping me in drama class, where it was all about.
And I don't blame him, because you know, you do what you have to protect your mental, but it's still kind of sad.
Watching all these content creators, seeing how it all worked behind the scenes, it was so mesmerizing to me. And in that excitement, I walked up to my drama teacher, relayed it all to him, to which he replied, "Remember that people won't like you because you're brown." He said it in a joking manner, pointing out how few South Asian people there were in Hollywood and how they were typecast in a negative way. But I actually agreed with his point. Because even now, if you were to ask me to list off as many South Asian or brown people in media, Aziz Ansari, Priyanka Chopra, Dave Patel, Kumail Nanjiani, Hassan Minhaj, and I had to rack my brain to think of them when I was writing this script.
I see.
Even with cartoons, in which you can draw anything you want, who could I look up to? What, Aladdin? Apu? Baljeet from Phineas and Ferb?
No, that's kind of crazy.
This is what they thought of South Asian characters? Because no matter how well written they are, is that really the best that could be done to represent our culture? Really? What a yikes. And it may seem like a small thing to some of you guys, but it all comes together.
I mean, no, it's like, it's not realistically a small thing. Especially when it affects you directly, you know?
You are the villain, and people hate you for who you are. And you will always, always be an outcast.
What hurts me is the people saying this into his ear, too. Because it's one thing to say it to yourself, but to hear other people saying it to you just feeds onto it. Like, it doesn't make it any better.
I have never felt like I belong anywhere. Even now, I still struggle to identify with others. So when I would be hanging out with my Western friends, we'd be having a good old time, you know, sharing jokes,
the animation people,
and all that. But then they decide to go to a bar to crack open a cold one, and then wham! I get a harsh reminder that I'm different. And whenever I'm with my Muslim friends, I'd have a great time, but some of the cultural aspects of being Pakistani was lost, and the time that I had spent living in a Western environment had instilled a more liberal view towards things. So I felt like I didn't belong there either. And that's why I always get so excited whenever there's a prominent Muslim creator online. Because
I get this. I feel the same way for like my ethnicity, for my race. Like when I see representation, I feel happy. When I don't, I don't. Like I don't.
Really cool.
Thanks.
Weirdo.
I know it might sound sad, but I've had to embrace the fact that I am different. I mean, I'd gone through so many schools, having experienced the same motions and insults over and over and over again, that it was the only natural conclusion. It wasn't even chipping away or thickening my skin at this point, because to me, it was now commonplace. Something that I didn't really recognize as wrong for a very long time. And it got to a point where when something really awful happened, I would reflexively, immediately joke about it. For example, there's a moment that happened a few years ago that I can't help but keep coming back to. I was seeing a middle-aged man as part of a routine medical checkup, and I told him that I was going to take his blood pressure. As is custom, I asked for his consent, which he said yes to, and I approached him. He then smiled, looked at me, and said, "Yeah, sure, as long as you don't blow up the clinic." And I, without skipping a beat, replied back, "Listen, mate, if you hear me speak Arabic, you'll know what's happening." That response caused him to start bellowing with laughter, all the whilst my supervising doctor...
Man, I'm way too silent in this reaction, you know?
Unsure of what just happened. And I stood there, smiling kindly, but also deeply uncomfortable. I think about this incident quite often.
No, because your defense mechanism will stay with you for the rest of your life, man. I mean, it's hard to break it.
Because what he said to a medical professional who was trying to help him is definitely not okay. And I think most people would agree that it was at least racially insensitive.
Oh, absolutely. There's not a doubt in my mind.
Would showing that I had a good sense of humor be better in the end, as he'll walk away thinking more positively about Muslims and brown people in general? Or would it simply reinforce the fact that it's okay to make those remarks? Or
I don't know. I mean,
stood my ground
he's who he is. All you can do is change yourself.
Because
you know?
yes, you would have set the record straight, but like, I'm on placement.
I don't know if this affected him positively or negatively, but regardless, like, you know, you can only change yourself.
If I do react negatively, would it make him think even less of Muslims as a result? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't
It's hard to tell.
I've been dealt whatever cards in life, and I try my very best to make the right move. But sometimes it's so gray, muddled, that I don't even know if I'm making the right decisions or sometimes even playing the right game. And this incident is recent, showing that the mindset has not changed that much from how it was in the past. Some of you guys have asked why I don't color in my character's skin, despite the fact that I color in almost everything else. Some people assume that it's to follow trends or carry on the white-skinned animated character legacy.
Yeah.
However, the actual reason is that I was genuinely afraid about how you guys would react to a brown creator. I mean, there's not very many of us, and in the times that
no, legitimately, I had this same problem with my animation character. Like, I didn't know if I wanted it to be colored or not. But that's a story for another day. That's why you guys put that later.
And I just didn't want to deal with that. But I also didn't want to lie to you guys or grow the self-hate any bigger than it already was. So for my very first video, I made the decision not to color in anything and chose a story that was specifically centered around the fact that I'm a brown Muslim. That way, I was revealing my race to you guys.
I watched this video too.
Way. Because I genuinely am
it was really good video,
to be prouder of who I am as a person. I publicly try to take pride in the fact that I'm brown, I speak my native language as often as possible, and keep in touch with my spirituality the best I can. And look, most of the time, my stories are about what I've done or experienced in the past, which gives me insight into what I've learned, which I can then share with you guys as a moral. However, with this, it's something that I'm still working on, you know? An area where I'm always trying to improve.
It's gonna take years.
At least this time,
it will take
I can't be a role model or impart any high and mighty wisdom to solve your issues. But I do hope that one day, I can get there. I can't promise you that I'm gonna recolor my character or become an advocate at every waking moment, because I'm still working through this. And I'll learn from my experiences to hopefully, eventually,
you guys let me know what you think about this video. I actually want to hear you guys' thoughts. If you guys want to talk about it.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Hi, my name is Maaz.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
I'm proud to be a Pakistani Australian Muslim.
Very nice. That's very cool. Anyway guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But that's all I got for you guys, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. See ya.